In a row.
All right, and back here at home, we saw some heavy rains last night, but nothing like that.
No. That's right, but those are hitting again today, right, Alana?
That is monsoon rain, and we did see that down in St. George, but not moving the cars. We know we had our own type of flooding. This is the scene down there right now, sitting at 95 degrees. Our Dixie Tech camera showing drier conditions, but we know that storm meant business. It dropped a tremendous amount of moisture for St. George in a short period of time, just shy of half an inch in St. George proper. Washington and Santa Clara got over that, so a decent amount of rain. Storm still developing right now, targeting the central and south central portion of the state. We've got to talk about that flash flood concern, an update on the drought, and smoky skies for some who are not dealing with the storms. I see you, Cache Valley, northern Utah, in that same boat. Oak City showing cloud cover and storms moving through Millard County. The West Desert has been active this afternoon and continues at this hour. You kind of watch as those storms blossom, push right in. This is what's producing those dark clouds in Oak City. Also some storms on the eastern and southern portion of the state. We're also seeing them in Tooele County heading towards the Salt Lake Valley. We've got that flash flood watch down south until midnight and along I-15. Some storms could roll through. Gusty winds expected on 80, Tooele, Grantsville, Stansbury Park. You guys likely dealing with some gusty winds. Just got a viewer on Twitter saying Camp Williams near Eagle Mountain, definitely winds picking up in that area. Not a surprise as we see those storms wanting to kind of push to the east. We could actually see what's happening in Tooele move towards Kearns and West Valley, so a heads up there, some lightning ahead of that storm. That's what I was referencing, which means, yeah, you don't have to be under that cell and getting rain to see the lightning. Also the case just east of I-15 near Beaver, West Desert really active. Richfield has active skies. Price saw a stronger storm. Grand Staircase, another one of those days. Monsoon moisture surging further north, which is why now we're seeing it in Utah County and Salt Lake County. It's possible to flash flood into tomorrow. Drought monitor, we go from storms to the historic drought. Yep, they're one and the same. Exceptional drought taking over 65% of the state, all the way up to the Uinta Basin, over into Wendover, Salt Lake, Utah County. That will likely go up 1% next week. Very close. We did see that increase this week. doTERRA camera, downtown Salt Lake City. This is what's hitting the west end of the valley. That is a decent rain shaft there, and we know that those storms could track into South Salt Lake County, so a heads up. 94 degrees. We've cooled down in Salt Lake. It's 95. In St. George, we were hotter than them. Price only at 79. You can see areas where the storms overhead have impacted temperatures at this hour. Smoke is light, but it is still there. We knew that we would clear from south to north, and that's the trend we will continue. We've got to clear out Cache Valley. I know, I hear you guys. Storms holding on with the flash flood watch into tonight. Cannot rule out some substantial storms as we get later into tonight, much like we saw yesterday in St. George. Look at that moisture a little further north tomorrow. Isolated storms possible. Here's Saturday, where we get some activity in the Four Corners area. We start to dry out, a ridge of high pressure sets up, and our temperatures will climb. We gradually dry. 90s for tomorrow, 100 in Moab, 103 in St. George, 90s along the I-15 corridor with the chance of storms still there. Eyes to the skies, folks. There's a look at the St. George 7-day. 104 by Saturday. Drier conditions for the weekend, but next week could be a similar setup with the monsoon push, so heads up there. Wasatch Front, hot with high pressure in control. We're going to be closer to the peak of that ridge. It's to the north of us. 104 for Sunday. Chance of isolated storms in the north. Hot ahead. Storms out there now. Glenn, Emily, over to you.
Yeah, the Wasatch Front hanging with St. George.